Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of December 6th to December 12th. Your energy is showing up super strong this week. There's a lot of healing in this week for you. And I did see that some of you are spending time with your mothers. Some of you might be going home to visit your family, but I saw a specific relationship between a mother and a daughter. So if that resonates with you, there may be some healing happening between mother and daughter here, or just some kind of reunion or reconnection or some bonding. The energy felt very sweet, very healing, reminiscing about the past. I saw someone drinking soup. I feel like maybe some of you, your mothers make you really like this really delicious soup. It kind of looked like chicken noodle soup, or it looked like it had dumplings in it. So maybe like a dumpling soup, something really warm and comforting. It did look like some of you live in a cold area where there's snow. So maybe you're visiting home and your mom makes you your favorite soup. That kind of thing reminds you of your childhood. I also saw that some of you are dancers. I saw ballet in particular. But they didn't show me anything past that. So I don't know what about that, if there's a message about that, but maybe there's just something in this message for you if you resonate, if you're a dancer, a ballet dancer in particular. I also saw that some of you are looking at results. So maybe some of you are waiting to hear back at results, like test results, or seeing if you got into a program, something like that. So those are the couple of things that they showed me as I was tuning into your energy here, Virgo. But it feels like a really warm and comforting and healing week. So let's see what else we have coming up. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So here's your theme for this week: change and faith. I feel like there are some dynamics that are changing for you, and it feels particular to family and perhaps conditioning from childhood, like things from your past, or things that you might have just followed you around everywhere. It feels like there's a shift in luck for you in the way things tend to turn out. Yeah, it feels like the trajectory is shifting. I feel as though some of you may have had a few years, or maybe like this period of time, almost like a decade. It feels like you've been really challenged or put through some challenges where you've tried at something and it always kind of turned out the same way. And now I feel like there's a change happening here for you, and Spirit's asking you to have that faith. I also feel like this change is renewing your faith. Like you're starting to see things turn out for you, or things to start working out. And it almost feels like some of the things you didn't really expect that something would change. For example, as I was tuning into your energy and I saw the relationship between a mother and a daughter, you might have felt like this relationship is just always going to be like this, like, especially if there was always a lot of dissonance or resistance between you two. So you might be pleasantly surprised that the dynamics are different, that this time around there were no fights, no arguments, and you were able to actually connect, that some walls came down and there was a reconciliation there. And I almost feel a little bit emotional even tuning into that. So it kind of feels like something powerfully, there's like a powerful change happening for you. And it feels like on the basis of relationships, and how those relationships were factoring into how things turned out for you in your life. It feels like there's some foundational shifts, and that foundational shift it's a domino effect. It's like spilling into everything else because you're healing some root or core wounds. It's like they're showing me, like if you look at the oh my gosh, I was going to say egg, but I was looking at this moon, but then I looked over here and this looks like an egg. Wow, amazing. Yeah, so they're bringing my attention to the egg here. And what that's showing me is when I said root or core wound, it's like the egg, where things started, where things began. This is so powerful, Virgo. So where things began. And I feel like that always comes back to, the beginning of life, the egg. Wow. And that's changing. There's some like really powerful healing happening there. And it's completely shifting your faith and your belief that things can be different, that things can change. It may even catch you off guard. It may even take you a second to process, because it might have been something you never really thought would ever change. There's some things I think you might have just resigned yourself to, believing that, well, it's just always going to be like this and I'm always going to feel like this. But I feel like there's something different happening here. So really cool, really looking happy for you for that. I mean, that's amazing. I like to see this. Healing on that kind of level is so transformational. It really does change everything pretty much. Okay. Let's go into the week here for you. Okay, so as I was shuffling your tarot cards, the Queen of Air fell out quite a few times. So I just placed that to the side, and we're going to start with the Queen of Air. And this is where I felt like there was a strong motherly energy. I am also seeing that some of you are very goal-oriented this week. Again, I saw some of you checking your results for tests, and you're preparing. Some of you have some ambitious goals in terms of academic studies is what I'm seeing. So wanting to apply to some programs or new schools, or wanting to advance yourself. So you're kind of looking into that. You're researching into that and wanting to apply. I see applications and wanting to apply for things and really put yourself out there. But it feels like you have you're very determined on a specific goal, wanting to achieve high achievement is what I'm seeing. And same with the dancer. The dancer keeps coming up for me. So maybe some of you are auditioning for some big part or some big role, something like that. So it kind of feels like that's where your mind is. You're wanting to achieve, succeed at something that you're really aspiring for. And it feels like that's where your energy is. And it almost feels like the healing that's happening within you is allowing you to believe that you can achieve more, or you can go after things. It's almost as if the healing or the releasing of some wounds is reinvigorating you. It's giving you hope and faith to your future. So your world is opening up in terms of what you believe you can accomplish. So there's a renewal there too, and a belief of yourself. Very beautiful. Okay, let's look into the Queen of Air here for Virgo for the week of December 6th to December 12th. Ace of Earth. Yeah, so being very like a go-getter, like you are kind of planning out your future is what I'm seeing here. And you have a very well thought out plan for yourself of how you're going to go about creating some new success for yourself. I like the Ace of Earth here. This just seems like you're very determined in something, and it has something to do with your career, building your career, ambitious goals, and something that has the possibility of a lot of prosperity and abundance and stability for yourself. I'm hearing something that's a sure thing, or something that can guarantee security for you. So you are investing your time, your energy into something that will bring you a long-term security. You see it as a sure thing. And it's important to you. You're very, very focused on it. And it feels very advanced. Like, it's, it could be a path that requires quite a bit of studying, learning, practice. Like it really requires you it's a long journey. It's a long path. And so some of you are starting out on that path, and you're thinking long term. Like if I start here, then I can build myself to this goal that I have for myself. Like, if you want to be a doctor, so you're starting out one place, but you know that it's going to take you down. It's going to take years, but you're very determined. You're starting out on that. That's the energy that I'm picking up on here. Okay. Okay, let's clarify the Queen of Air and the Ace of Earth for Virgo. 5 of water. Something that has disappointed you. I'll pull one more here. See what the 5 of water is. Can we clarify the 5 of water, please? Five of water is disappointment. That's what I'm seeing, disappointment. What are we disappointed about? Virgo. Clarify the 5 of water. Which one? Both of them. Okay. This one. Okay, so we have the Page of Air, the 2 of Fire, and the Hanged Man. Let me just put them here for a second. I'll move them. So I see you, you might be a little bit impatient is what I'm kind of seeing here, because you may feel like you're a bit stuck. So something that you are wanting to, it's like you're setting out to achieve something, or you're putting your energy into something, but you're kind of like, you may feel a bit stuck, like you're not hearing back, or you're not getting through in some way. So you may feel a bit frustrated this week, because something may not turn out exactly in the way that you want it to turn out. Because I see you taking risks here, and you're kind of starting out with this Page of Air. You're starting out on something new, exploring your possibilities, applying for things, doing your research, kind of following your instincts to where you want to go. It really feels like you have your eyes set on something very specific. But you might experience a setback or a delay with the Hanged Man, is what I'm seeing here. And that may make you feel disappointed or let down because you wanted something to happen in a certain way. But let's keep going. Let's look into what else we have coming up this week, and we'll see what we're dealing with here. But I am seeing there's a bit of a delay with the Hanged Man. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm not seeing something not happening. I'm seeing that you're just frustrated that it's not happening fast enough, or it's not happening in the time that you want it to happen. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, what else for Virgo? Or December 6th or December 12th. What else for Virgo this week? Or December 6th to December 12th. Something with your voice. There's, I felt your voice being activated. Throat chakra. Might want to focus on the throat chakra this week. 6 of Fire. Okay. Really interesting here, because we have the 6 of Fire, which is a card of victory. And then we have the Star, which is hopes, dreams, and desires. And also being in the spotlight. Both of these cards are actually cards of they're cards of being in the spotlight. So there may be something here in the middle of the week, or just during the week, where you are being put in the spotlight, or there's some recognition coming in for you. There's some kind of attention being put on you, Virgo. I feel like you're being recognized for something. So perhaps, what you've been waiting for with the delay kind of clears up by the end of the week or into the middle of the week. Or this just could be something else, something different. But I feel like some of you are, and some of you could also be individuals who are in a line of work or in a path where you are, you're out there in the world, in the public, you're a public figure. And kind of feeling like you do some work that has to do with being out in the public. And you might be recognized this week, or something where people are watching you. Okay, let's clarify the 6 of Fire and the Star for Virgo. This week of December 6th to December 12th. I'm seeing a stage, and I'm seeing theater. Six of Fire and the Star. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. The Sun. Wow, something's going to make you really happy, Virgo. This is like one of the best cards you can get in the deck is the Sun card. I feel like there's some of you are very talented. I'm seeing talent coming through really strongly here, something you're very, very good at. And it's like you have a gift. Some of you are very gifted. And you're being recognized for your gift. This is like a moment, I'm hearing a moment in the sun. Your moment in the light. So a lot of recognition coming in here for you, Virgo. A celebratory moment. Yeah, and you're going to be celebrating something as well. And it's gonna really make you feel very good. Like you're going to feel really seen and accomplished. The spotlight is definitely on you. I mean, has spotlight all over it in the middle of the week with the Star, the Six of Fire, and the Sun. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. Okay, let's go into the end of the week here for Virgo, December 6th to December 12th. Believe in yourself, Virgo. That's what I'm hearing. Believe in yourself. Don't doubt your abilities. Don't doubt yourself. Don't second guess yourself. Okay. Eight of Air. This is interesting because it's almost as if there's so much like really beautiful energy coming towards you. But then your internal world, it's almost as if you are stuck in your own mind or in your own like feelings. Because you have the Eight of Air and the Five of Water, but everything outside of you looks like it's like in the positive direction, like it's all going the way it's supposed to, or the way that in a good way. But it's interesting how, okay. I see you walking away from a relationship. That's what I was seeing with the Eight of Air and Ten of Fire and the Four of Air here. I strongly felt like this had something to do with the relationship. So this may be you may be juggling quite a few things here. So there may be some things happening in the home front. There may be some things happening in the career front. And then there are some things happening with your relationships. Like all of that is just kind of coming out at once. So you may have a lot of plates that you're juggling here. Because I feel like all of these are just different. In terms of career and work, I feel like that is like amazing. Like that's the best right now for you. And I feel like there's some significant healing happening in terms of your relationships from the home. So you may be dealing with some kind of dynamic there. But with the Eight of Air and the Ten of Fire and the Four of Air, what this feels like is you're walking away. And if this is not a relationship, you can take this in a general sense, but I really did feel like this was like a relationship, that you are walking away from something that has been just a heavy, heavy burden on you. And it might have made you feel really, really, really stuck. And it's almost as if you're choosing to put yourself first now. Like it might have been something, I'm hearing it's something that you kept trying at. It's something that you kept trying, you kept giving your energy to, and you didn't want to give up on it. And now you are learning to reprioritize your, like what you believe you're worth, like what you believe you deserve. And you're choosing to put yourself first. And by doing that, it feels like you are walking away from something or just kind of distancing yourself from something that is just became too much for you. Because with that Eight of Air and the Ten of Fire, I mean, that right there tells me that it's like you're done. You're done with feeling like you can't make any progress in in something that has caused you to feel like you're really stuck. And that has something to do with your throat chakra. I feel like maybe some of you were with someone that you couldn't really be yourself. You couldn't express yourself. You weren't allowed to express yourself. Like maybe you felt very limited in how much you felt like you could be or achieve. And with the 4 of air is telling me that you're just taking time away. You're taking time for yourself right now. Like you don't want to be there. Like you don't want to be maybe around this person, or you just need some space. And it feels as though by taking space, you are able to have a more clear mind, because that makes total sense, because the 8 of air is not having a clear mind. It's feeling like completely conflicted and stuck and bound and not seeing a way out. And so in order for you to gain some clarity, you're walking away from something or taking some time to yourself. You're taking that space, which is the 4 of air. Maybe some of you are going home, to take that space. And I feel like, okay, so this could be very, very specific. But this is the scenario that they're showing me, is some of you could possibly maybe be in a relationship that makes you feel this way. And so you're going home to go visit your family and you need some space to think. And while you're there, there's some significant healing happens with your family, and it makes you realize what you really value for yourself and in your life. And so you're choosing to finally put something down. So it's almost like a healing somewhere else is causing you to reprioritize the rest of your life, like everything else in your life. Like it's helping you to see something clearly. Because also a lot of times when we have certain conditioning or wounds from our childhood or growing up, that also spills into, like who we choose or what kind of relationships we tend to fall into as well. So when one heals, sometimes it does affect, like it's not resonating anymore, right? Because that wound's not there. So that could be something possibly that's happening. Maybe not, but for some of you it could be. So it feels like they're in the relationship sphere, either romantically or even within other relationships in your life, there's a shift and a change, a really big shift and a change from seeing something clear. And I feel like you're coming back to yourself. I feel like you're putting yourself first. And by doing that, you are allowing yourself to grow and expand, and you're wanting better for yourself, or you're achieving more, or you are like going after bigger goals and you're setting your sights higher. Your standards are going up, because the value for yourself is going up. So you're wanting better for yourself. You're wanting more for yourself. So this is a significant week here. This is powerful. That's what I'm seeing. Beautiful, Virgo. Okay, so, and also when I was shuffling these cards as well for your challenge and something positive that's coming into your life, these just kept falling out. So I don't know. I guess it's a theme for you this week, Virgo. Your cards just really wanted to jump out. So we have healing, chaos, and happiness. And these are your 2 cards, which is really beautiful. So in your challenge position, healing, chaos, which I think is exactly what I was picking up on with what I just said. Healing I'm hearing dysfunction. So perhaps healing anything that has been out of alignment for a long time. So it's in your challenge position, but I don't feel like you're going to see it necessarily as a challenge. But I believe that, healing is not always pleasant. So it's about things being shaken up, things kind of, it's like what they're showing me with these butterflies is if you have like an old, I don't know, like let's say you discover an old box in the attic and it's been collecting dust for years, and then you kind of start shaking it, and then like all these like bugs or this dust start flying everywhere, just like things that have just been there, right? So you're shaking things up, and that's not going to be the most pleasant of experiences, but it's being shaken up, it's healing, it's being awoken, and it needs to happen so we can clear the space. So that's what I'm seeing here. It's something old, something that needs to be looked at, something that needs to be taken care of is going to come to the surface or be revealed or illuminated for you. And it's going to give you an opportunity to heal it. And I really do feel like it's going to heal. And something positive that's coming into your life is happiness. And right next to the sun card, I mean, that's just amazing. I feel like there's a freedom coming in for you. You're going to feel free. I feel like and you're bringing that freedom to yourself. I think you're also going to realize that you want to feel free. You want to be free. And that perhaps without realizing it, you haven't really felt free. It's like you don't even realize what kind of place you were in until you experience something else. And then you look back at where you were and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even realize this, but I felt so stuck. But I didn't even realize I felt stuck. I just got used to feeling stuck. But now I feel free and happy and I don't want to go back to where I was, which is what I'm sensing here. It's like by experiencing something different or something new, it's making things more clearly of what you don't want. So yeah, there's a lot of clarity coming in here for you. Okay, let's pick out some angel messages here for you. Angel. Oh, very nice. Friendship. Whew. Oh, wow. I don't know why, but I got goosebumps with the playfulness card. This is really interesting. I think that a lot of you are going to bring back. I feel like there's a reconnection with maybe some old friends here, and it may bring back some happy memories. I really feel like some of you are going to be really enjoying yourselves, like really coming back to some childhood ways of being. Like, not that you're going to be childish, but just coming back to a place of innocence is what I'm kind of feeling. Is you're going to allow yourself to just let loose and allow yourself to relax and enjoy yourself. I'm hearing getting to feel like a kid again, which is going to be very healing for you. I feel like that's going to actually do something for you. It's going to help you to remember something about yourself that you might have forgotten. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I was like this, or I forgot I used to enjoy these kinds of things. This really is helping me to come back to myself. This feels really good, especially if you've been in a place where you felt a bit disconnected. I feel as though there may be some old friends or something that you're doing with other people that's reigniting a sense of playfulness and fun back into your life. And that is creating happiness and a sense of joy and fulfillment and a return home to yourself. So this is a really comforting, nurturing and nourishing week, which is probably why I was seeing chicken noodle soup when I tuned into your energy. So even if you're not having chicken noodle soup, I mean, that's the ultimate comfort, right? It's like, I mean, not for everybody. I'm aware of that, but it's a symbol of that. It's a symbol of comfort. So, yeah, I think that this is a nourishing week for you, Virgo. Beautiful. I really like this reading for you. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for next week. Bye, Virgo.